Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Xpansion Pack Podcast, where we download this week's gaming news and we bring it straight to you. I'm your host, Denzel, aka Black Ice, joined by my co-hosts each and every week. Maybe not each and every week, almost every week, because we missed one last week, but that's fine. Got my boy over here to the right, Mr. Goop Master Flex, aka Manny. You know, I said that right. Don't worry about it. Just pretend like that never happened. What's up, Manny? How you doing, bro?
Chilling, you know, we gooping. It's college hooping season.
Almost over.
And we snoozing.
Yeah, I've been so slacking on keeping up with that. I'm terrible.
I was never really into like college anything, like football or basketball. I don't know. It was probably just me personally.
It's just hard. It's harder for me to keep up with, but
yeah.
Right when draft season rolls around, I know everything about them motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm usually on it, man, especially for March Madness. Because I don't really follow it too much as the season progresses. But when March Madness comes through, bam, them games is hitting.
Yeah.
Them games is hitting. But I haven't watched not one.
I probably should start watching. I mean, there's like a week or some change left, right?
Yeah, I believe so, right? We're in the Sweet 16.
UConn's in the mix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, UConn got in the Sweet 16. You know, I should at least pay attention to them, I guess.
The men and women got to Sweet 16, which is go Huskies, you know?
That's true.
NCT, baby.
Men ain't been there in a minute, though. Women are there like perennially. They're like always there, so they never really get as much attention. But shout out to UConn. Go Huskies. But yeah, back on track. So Manny, thank you. We got my guy, Mr. May 25th in the building as well. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm good. Tired, per usual. Find myself always very tired nowadays. But, as always, here to talk some games, y'all. Let's talk some games.
We are here to talk some games. And, of course, you know, with that being said, it wouldn't be a regular episode of the Xpansion Pack Podcast without our faithful buffer. So, Mr. 525, take it away.
All right, y'all. Easy to follow concept. My anime heads who have watched Dragon Ball Z Super, imagine something akin to the Tournament of Power. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to do it like this. Okay? It's not for any universe or anything on the line. This is strictly just bragging rights because we ain't going to be on. We don't got to go that far. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do Street Fighter. They're fighters. And then we're going to do Tekken, they fighters. And then we're going to do Mortal Kombat, and they fighters. And we're going to take all of them and put them in a nice little tourney for a last man standing type of situation. Last person standing wins for their respective game franchise, I guess you could say. Who is your guy that's the number one on top out of all of these characters? Who got it? That's a lot of people. They've added some newer characters over the years. There's some staples, right? Everybody know Ryu. Everybody knows Yoshimitsu. You know what I'm saying? We all know these characters. They're pretty popular. There you go. Who's on top? You know, so I'll start. All right. There's a lot of good guys to choose from this. I'm going with Akuma from Street Fighter. Okay?
Oh, snap.
Let me tell you something. Tell y'all something. I don't know if you guys recall this in the older games, but Akuma used to have a special where legit the whole screen just turned black. The whole screen just turned black. And some of them would like flash that imprint that he has on the back of his shit.
Yep.
They would flash that, and then you would just see the lights would turn back on, and Akuma chilling at home on the floor. KO. And you'd be like, yo, did you just jump him in the dark? Like, what did you do? So within that, you know, whenever I saw that for the first time in my many years way back of fighting games, as a kid, I was like, yo, that's got like the dopest move I've ever seen in my life. This man, what the fuck just happened? Like, so even to this day, I don't fully understand the scope of Akuma's powers. I'll be honest with y'all, because there are certain things about him that's super mysterious. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
But he be whooping some ass though. He is effectively Street Fighter's Logan. That's how I kind of look at it. I don't know certain parts of his history because there's gaps, but you know damn well he gonna whoop some ass. Somebody gonna get some ass whooped by either Wolverine or Akuma. So that's all I'm saying. Y'all can pick Ryu, y'all can pick whoever y'all want to pick, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Nah,
Akuma's out here, bro. Akuma's out here.
Akuma's giving
God.
You know, me personally, I was like, okay, who I go through? You know, I picked, what is it called? Kazuya. I'm like, he got this, man. Kazuya, he got the hands, got the devil form. My boy never dies in every Tekken. But then I realized, I believe in the end of Tekken 7, the story mode, this dude Akuma pops out of nowhere and is like, my boy Kazuya, I came here to bang out with you, my boy. So I'm like, damn, how do I not pick Akuma? Because Akuma, his sole purpose, I forgot Isaiah did some research and his purpose is just to go to worlds and just fucking fight the strongest being in that world and just fuck him up. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't he like a demon?
There's something going on with him, bro. We don't know.
He's scary, bro.
Or maybe there's lore that I haven't read, but my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like, this dude literally wants to stress. He wants the fair one. He's like, yo, I'm coming here and I just want to bang out. That's it. So I think Akuma, I got to echo what Chris with this one. I was going to say Kazuya, but Akuma probably is going to sweep the whole board. You know what I'm saying? This man is built for that. He's him.
Word up.
I gotta go against the grain. Akuma was gonna be the one that I was thinking of too, which is it's crazy. Wow. Akuma's the dude I always use in any iteration of Street Fighter or whatever he's available in. I always use Akuma because he's just that dude. But the other person who I had in my mind, because we talking Street Fighter, we talking Tekken, we talking Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat is already in that of itself this tournament of power that you speak of, right? All these dudes go to this world and bang out. Who's the strongest person in Mortal Kombat I could think of? And I had to go with Raiden. He's literally a god, bro. He's a god. If Akuma's a demon, this man is a literal god. It's going to be... I don't know. I can't say necessarily Raiden would beat Akuma equivocally. I can't say that. But I know that'd be one hell of a fight. And that's who I'd have to pick to go up against Akuma.
I love how it comes down to just whoever versus Akuma at the end.
Oh yeah, it had to, bro. He's the definition of demon time, bro. He's out here.
Kazuya is a third in my books. You know what I'm saying? If Akuma wasn't there, he probably
He is effectively this dude from whatchamacallit, Invincible, Battle Beast. That man's the home with the mace.
Yeah.
He's the same shit. He's the same shit. Akuma look like he'll punch a dude in the face and literally lick his fist just because it's bleeding. That's man. And there's something about the beads, bro. The beads. Listen, y'all.
Just comes across as this a killing machine, bro.
Tell us something about his lore, because maybe that's what it is. I don't really know how deep that shit goes, but there's got to be something to that shit, man. Because Holmes, he got a dark side.
Oh hell yeah! I'm sure. I'm sure there's stuff that's been put out there. I'll probably do a little bit of research after this episode, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. But I'm curious to see if he's going to be in the new one, because the new one seems to have all types of weird shit
you can't leave him out.
I mean, you definitely can't, but at the same time, this new one's got all types of weird stuff going on. It seems like they're trying to reestablish all the major players in Street Fighter. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they left certain people out, but I don't know. I every time I see the new one, I'm like, what's happening? I'm not entirely sure.
Listen, before we go on, I just want to say this. If y'all want to leave out anybody in this game, you don't leave out Akuma. You leave out Dan. Ain't nobody playing with Dan. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Dan, bro. Come on, bro. Listen, man. Don't nobody fuck up with Dan and that little dumbass Superman curl shit he got going on. He's trash. He's not Ryu. He's not canon. He damn sure not Akuma. What? Yo, not having Akuma is like not having Chun-Li or not having Baraka or something like that. Like, what y'all doing?
See, I don't know if I agree with you on that one. I don't know if I agree with you on that one. because you and I know that, well, all of us know Akuma's that dude, but I haven't heard so many people talk about Akuma. And most people just think he might be like a skin of Ryu or Ken or whatever. Like, they don't know he's like that dude.
The ignorance.
I know. We gotta get a campaign going. We gotta get awareness up, man.
Come on, man.
That's gotta know about Akuma.
Ken? Moving on. Ken.
Oh, man. Nah, but my boy Raiden, though. I want to see him get in there, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Raiden.
You know the one thing I always hated about the movies is they always like, I mean, obviously he's older, he's wise, whatever. They always kind of had him as like the ringleader, and they never really showed him like throw hands like he did in the games, like his final form type, just tearing everything up. I don't remember any of that stuff in the movies, and I want to see that.
Thinking about it now, I forgot what it was. I'm about to look it up. It's like the end of MK11, the story, like the what's his fucking name, bro? How do I forget his name? Liu Kang. There we go.
Liu Kang. Okay.
Liu Kang. When he didn't he I think he combined with Raiden and just fucking like that combination itself.
I don't recall this. That's insane.
I think I'm about to look it up right now. Like,
we doing some Dragon Ball Z style fucking fusion shit. Like what? What is that?
The Pataras, bro.
I just have this vision of the two of them just like.
I forgot what happened. But like,
oh man.
Yeah, he combined, I think, with fucking somebody. I want to say it's Raiden.
That's
and
wild.
Fucking just it became Fire God Liu Kang. There we go. That's the name.
And he just combined shit up.
And I'm just like, maybe Fire God Liu Kang might, he might have to go in there too.
I mean,
I gotta see him throw hands. I can't just say that.
Hold up, nah, because if we say Raiden mixed with Liu Kang, that's an automatic dub. We ain't forget Akuma. Akuma get wrecked. Nah, bro, Akuma's getting wrecked, bro. Are you kidding me?
Nah. Fire God Liu Kang. I've got
history to lean on with Akuma. I ain't seen this Fire God motherfucker do nothing yet. Not saying.
I'm just saying, Liu Kang and Raiden. That's not fair. That's a cheat. Put two this into one.
Yo, let Akuma fuse with somebody there, man. Come on, yo.
Who you about to fuse with?
So Raiden uses power to fuse himself with fucking Liu Kang. That shit. Okay, now we talking. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's
Liu
broken.
Kang and Raiden.
We can't even put that in the mix.
I'm saying, y'all moving the goalposts, man. No, we can't have that in this conversation. That's crazy. We can't do that.
I forgot all about Fire God Liu Kang, bro.
I gotta see home hands. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. All I know is the lights be turning off and people take L's. That's all I know. That's all I know. My guy got night vision. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
That's it.
Maybe he don't have night vision. Maybe he's just moving so fast that like that's the only way the game can represent it to you.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about Liu Kang, man. He got the hands.
He got the hands and the feet, bro. I mean, come on now.
He do. I ain't saying he a slouch. All right, respect to Liu Kang and his fans. But yo, my guy be turning off the lights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Yo, lights are very essential in a fight. All right. How you gonna throw hands when you don't know where you're throwing them? You know what I'm saying? But my guy Akuma don't need to see nothing.
You can make fire with his fist and just
you got the fire. You got the fiery fist. You got the feet. He lit up the room. We want to talk about Raiden.
The bicycle kick.
Raiden got the lightning. I mean, come on now. I don't know. We don't need lights. We got hands. We got electricity. We got fire. What's good?
Oh no, I feel like Akuma gonna figure out a way to snuff that shit out. Like as soon as he tried to do it on his fist, stop that.
Dude, man, I gotta get back on Mortal Kombat, bro. I love fighting games. It's just I suck ass on them, bro. Like I'm dog boy.
Yeah, I love the Naruto ones, man. They're so fun. They're so fun. Really good.
This is a slight pivot to like, more current event stuff, but they did actually announce that there is a new Mortal Kombat coming soon. They announced it in like an investor call like 3 weeks ago, I want to say. So, you know.
And then I think you said no Injustice coming. So, which I feel like, like at this point, it's normal,
I think that's overdue.
Yeah, the Injustice is overdue for sure.
Yeah.
That movie was a banger, by the way. The Injustice movie. I get a chance to see that. Animated movie came out. Very good. Very, very good.
Oh, shit. Oh, word.
But one thing DC does well with movies is the animated shit. So
Yes.
Animated,
I 100% agree.
Batman movie, too. We'll give it to the Batman movie.
Oh, the Batman. Yeah.
See, I liked that movie, but I still like the Dark Knight stuff better so far. We'll see what they do with the sequels, but yeah.
So okay. So I feel like we might have already talked about this, but I forgot, so I'm going to mention it again. Batman Begins versus The Batman. Batman Begins versus The Batman.
Then I would give it to the Batman.
Yeah,
I would.
So,
but I want to see what they do with the sequel.
Yeah,
very much
it
so,
matters.
because that's gonna be
It definitely matters. I understand that.
Did you guys see that they are shooting the sequel to the Joker though? Like, I'm actually more super for that.
Lady Gaga, okay.
Bro,
Yo,
I am way more gas for that.
I'm very nervous about it though, because personally, I'm pumped for it. Like, I know I'm going to like it, but it is going to be a musical, and like a fucked up musical with like Lady Gaga singing randomly. And I mean, obviously, Lady Gaga's a good singer or whatever, but like, that's just gonna be weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know how this shit's gonna go. It's about to be fucked up as hell. I feel like people aren't gonna understand what they're seeing, and it can go one of two ways. Everybody's gonna love it, or everybody's gonna hate it. So,
Lady Gaga's, I'm gonna love it.
I forgot you were Lady Gaga.
It's gonna be interpretation.
Everybody try to get at me when I'm like, Lady Gaga better than Rihanna, but that's a whole different topic for another day. Because
that's not even. I'm sorry. That's not even a like. That's not
I know
even a
y'all
debate.
agree with me.
It's not even a debate. Lady Gaga's an infinitely better artist than Rihanna. I'm sorry. It's not even close, bro. Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Anybody who disagrees,
but
Rihanna got hits. That's why people could try to make that argument. But talent-wise, no, she's not fucking Gaga.
Close. Not even close.
Yeah.
Everybody just simple for Rihanna.
Rihanna don't even write her own music. Get out of here with that shit, bro. Nah, you can't. Lady Gaga hit them notes. Anyways, we got sidetracked here. Anyways, Chris, good buffer. Let's get into the main topics for this week. It's really just one thing we wanted to talk about in particular. It's really talk about graphics in gaming today. A little earlier today, I should say. Epic Games hit us off with a State of Unreal keynote today at the Game Developers Conference. We got a couple, pretty cool things. So I guess they're updating Unreal Engine to 5.2 now, up from 5.1. And, a couple of different developers came through and showed off some stuff. The first one I really want to talk about, because it's a game that we talked about on the podcast quite often. Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. Ninja Theory in particular, the developer who's creating that game, they showed up on stage and gave us a brief little demo. I guess another little taste of the game, showing off, their utilization of Unreal Engine 5.1 and also the new MetaHuman creator that we talked about last year. It seems like they're really leaning on that concept to, really give high quality graphics for Senua in particular, and the Senua voice actor, I don't remember her name in particular, but she came out on stage and gave us a little demo. And I gotta say, I was absolutely blown away. I had to share it with you guys as soon as I saw it, because it's just like every time we think like, how much better can graphics really get, and then they hit us over the head with something else, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck is that? We're gonna be able to play that soon? Like, that's, it's just, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's like, Chris, I know you were saying, like, the details in her eyes in particular. I mean, I'll let you speak for yourself. Like, what did you love about that demo?
It was a minute of just straight greatness, man. Like, yo, again, like you said it blew me away too, just watching it. The eyes, y'all gotta see how they do the eyes, man. It's like, there's certain things that have been really hard, I think, to get in gaming. I said it a bunch of times: hair, teeth, eyes, shit like that. The eyes in this shit, even in the thumbnail, you can see it. The wet of the eyes that be in the corner, the natural wetness from like your ducks, they got it down. And like the reflection on the eyeballs, and we were talking about this earlier, I didn't really take into account that ray tracing was a thing with eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's something that developers even really think about in a lot of cases, because it's not something you think about, but like it matters, because then you're watching how they're doing it in the trailer, and they're doing this thing with this fire or whatever, and it's you know what I'm saying? It's coming off her eyes. That's crazy. All right, I know it sounds small, but that shit crazy.
Nah, man,
that shit's crazy.
Every detail matters in my eyes.
That shit's crazy. Oh man, like wow. It makes me eat a little bit of my words. I'm not gonna lie, because if the game looks like that, and that's why we've been pushed back so long and not been getting told anything or whatever, then I'm like, all right, I might be able to eat that, because this game it has the potential to be the most beautiful game I've ever seen. It has that potential.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's already the most, like, if it released, like, how, remember that demo from not last Video Game Awards, but the one prior? Like, if it releases now looking like that, it would still be like the best looking video game of all time. Like, it's just insane the amount of fidelity on Senua's face in particular, and like obviously we're based off all the things that I've seen so far, it seems like we're gonna get a lot of that, like a lot of close-ups of her. And then let's not forget, Ninja Theory is, they're out here making like a completely other game that's like I think deals with, I forget if it's schizophrenia or like some sort of mental health issue. And like I remember they showed off the trailer for it, and it was like very similar to that scene with Senua where it's like close up, and they're using that metahuman thing, right? It's obvious that that's what they're doing, based off of seeing what they showed off today and then looking back at that trailer. And Epic, they even said like they're working very closely with Ninja Theory to kind of improve their own engine and improve Unreal Engine based off of some of the stuff that's going on down there. So I mean that shit's just amazing, and like to think of how much better gaming will be because of it it's fun. It's fun to see. It's also fucking creepy. Like I'm just thinking about adding that type of fidelity into like horror games, being on the heels of Resident Evil 4 coming out on Friday. Like thinking about a game like that using maybe not necessarily like Resident Evil 4, but like a Resident Evil game or like the next Dead Space or something like that, using that level of fidelity and just fucking scaring the shit out of you to the point where like you might not be able to distinguish what is real and what's not. Like imagine putting that shit in VR. It's a whole nother element to it too. Like, oh man, I can't.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember there was like it was like a tech demo for like a horror game that was using Unreal Engine, and I think it was like in a subway, and they showed like I think it went from daytime to nighttime, and like everything was just super creepy and eerie. I think we must have talked about it here before.
Yeah, I remember. It was like, it wasn't a tech demo. I think it was like somebody who actually played around with like Unreal Engine and made it his own little like, just like a, like a horror scenery kind of thing. Like when we're near the train station, and I can't even speak, but yeah,
I think you're right. Tech demo wasn't the right word. It was like a concept like of someone that, like who wanted to play around with it and think about a game. But yeah, like
it's crazy, man. Like just not even just like what we've seen from actual like developers, like with Ninja Theory and Hellblade, but like what people has been making like recently. Like I remember not only that, but I remember also seeing like another like, I guess, game somebody made, or like you said, like what can possibly be with like, it was like a body cam shooter, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of like a first person shooter, it was like in the perspective of a body cam. And it's just like, just the way that game looked too, just like it felt like a horror game too, because I think that was like kind of like what they were going for with that. And it's just like, it's just crazy how like not only how realistic and what we become with like what we with what we got with game development stuff like that, but just like how easy it is too.
I think I remember the body cam game you're talking about too, because one of the things that stuck out to me, not only did it look good and realistic, but like the movement of the camera, which is also something that stuck out to me in that Senua Saga demo, like in the very beginning, the way the camera was jittering around, like to simulate how, like when you're doing a screen test, like, the cameraman's trying to get things into position. It's just interesting how, and I'd assume like that concept isn't particularly hard to do for a game developer as far as moving the camera around, but that just adds that extra layer of realism onto it, understanding how, cameras work in real life and, like a person actually trying to adjust the camera, like it gets a little bit shaky and whatnot. And, tying that back over to your body cam game, and like if the body camera moves in the same sense as a real person, like, and it jostles around and all that stuff, adding that layer of immersion. And again, it's just like feeding into that, like sometimes having a hard time distinguishing what's real and what's not. And that extra layer of immersion is just, I mean, that's really what gaming is all about at the end of the day, right? Like immersing yourself into a world, a story, a situation, whatever, and like, enjoying yourself or, whatever. Like it's cool, man. That's the type of shit that I love about gaming, and to see like them pushing the envelope more and more and more. This is just, it's dope.
The Epic Showcase with the Unreal Engine also showing how the new Fortnite mode with the Fortnite Unreal Editor, and how like, they showed this little cutscene and we all think it's like, what the fuck is this? Call of Duty, Battlefield? Like, what we getting from this? And then you see the fish character doing the little emote, and it's like, bro, like, it's just crazy how, like, this Unreal is gone this far. And, like, not only that, but, like, how Fortnite has gone this far, too. And how, like, they just keep building and building. When you think they're done, they're like, one more thing.
One more thing.
Yeah, I'm convinced, like 10 years from now, my son's going to be playing Fortnite. And it's going to fucking trip me out. It's going to trip me out. I'm convinced.
Bro. It's crazy. Like, Fortnite is going to be like this whole big metaverse, man. There's no way Fortnite's going to die. Because, like, you're on Fortnite, I'm on Fortnite, and then, like, these generations, it's going to be a generational thing, man. It's going to keep going for generations.
But,
I don't know.
It's like never in history has there been, like, a game that's sustained itself long enough to be relevant over multiple generations. And I don't mean, like, a sequel of the game or, like, a remaster of the game, a remake of the game. No, the same game. Like, it's just, that's insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
Dude, it's wild that Fortnite is almost 7 years old. Not 7. 6 years old. It'll be 6 years old this year, if I'm not mistaken. And it's still going strong. And
yeah.
It's like it's almost getting there with GTA Online. GTA Online been there for almost 10 years, but like Fortnite creeping up, and I feel like Fortnite is more relevant than GTA Online at this point.
I would say so.
Yeah, well past my eyes.
Yeah, and it's like not only that, they keep updating the game. They keep throwing in unique things, and like we thought that Fortnite Chapter 2 was like going to be the follow up, but once they dropped Chapter 3 and revived it, and Chapter 4 just released, and like you said, the new season, we got the new Tokyo theme with the city and then the little like gliding rails and just go on and stuff like that. It's just like unique things that bring this game and make it more like pop out and unique. And I was also going to mention, too, is like Fortnite with the Unreal Editor. It's crazy how, like, Fortnite just released that after seeing a bunch of videos on, like, Roblox with their Call of Duty, like, lookalike game, and how everybody was praising that. And I feel like Fortnite just wants a piece of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, once people get going on that, I feel like Fortnite is just gonna keep on being boosted, There's gonna be more new players because there's gonna be more unique things. I just hope somebody creates the imposter mode again because I missed that. But dude, man,
but the idea that like this is something we didn't even get into, right? Like from a creative standpoint, right? Like Chris, myself, we can like download this thing and create a whole mode, a whole, level, story, hell, an entire game within Fortnite. And like, it seems like in essence sell it, right? There's apparently they're gonna have like a whole marketplace, and like, you know, if you wanted to buy it from within there. So this idea, like, I know it gets like thrown around really sloppily in other contexts, but like this metaverse idea, it seems like Epic is really trying to put their money where their mouth is with it, specifically around Fortnite, and having that be its own like metaverse that really can sustain itself in an insane way. Like to literally be able to make a game within a game within a game. Like Inception, but also just fucking wild. Like, and it seems like it's relatively like you don't need to be like some crazy high level like coder to be able to build this stuff out, right? I don't know, I just find that impressive, and for it to be such high fidelity too, like you know, we talked about that cutscene, like that shit literally looked like Call of Duty, like, you know, like
it definitely did.
That's wild. Like
beautiful.
That Among Us mode that you're talking about, or imposter mode, like that's like just the tip of the iceberg, really. There's way more stuff that can be built from it. And the idea that creators will actually be incentivized, because like, I think they said like 40% of the revenue from Fortnite, it will actually go to those creators who, you know, who are building content and whatnot. So there's actually money to be made there. So you're incentivizing people to maybe even just forego making like their own game necessarily, you know, like independent of Fortnite, and just focusing on that alone, and already having like a baseline where you have a store within a game where people can just buy, you know, new shit. I don't know, like the concept of it just kind of makes my mind spin, because it's just it feels like there's just so much going on there. But I do think that at least watching, you know, this showcase, like Epic's not looking at it as a cash grab in the way that like Meta was, you know, with the stuff that they're doing, and all these other people, you know, trying to make like the Web 3.0 thing, you know, like work for them from a monetary standpoint. Like it seems like they are being methodical about it, and they're not trying to use the buzzword portion of like metaverse and making it a real thing. I think that mindset is exactly why I can say like 10 years from now, this game will be relevant and a thing that, you know, like I'll probably still be playing, and more people around me will be playing. Wild.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years Fortnite starts how do I put this? Do you know like how Apple started with like the MP3 player thing, and then like they kind of like went from the MP3 player to a phone, and then from the phone to like a actual like smartphone, and then now they're like one of the lead in general, not even just in the cell phone industry, but like in general, Apple's out here, right? So I could see Fortnite evolving way past just the whole gaming thing after a couple years for sure. Right now, I think it's very much still looked at as a video game. I wouldn't be surprised if people wake up one day and say, "Hey, I'm playing Fortnite," or "I'm Fortniting," or "I'm doing something like that," and it becomes its own game, social media, all in one experience type of thing, or marketplace, all of that, because it has the potential to technically, I don't know if I want to say it'll surpass like what Facebook or Meta's trying to do with the metaverse, but it has the potential to definitely beat out a lot of these other platforms. I'll tell you that right now, just because of what it is.
I would say with confidence that it will beat what Meta is trying to do. I mean, it'll either beat it or become a part of it. Just by virtue of what it is. Like I just feel like Epic is just more, and I'm sorry for taking over what you're saying. You continue, but I just feel like Epic's just more genuine with what they're trying to do than Facebook is, or Meta is. So I don't know. It just feels so different to me, but conceptually it isn't that much different. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I guess I could see Meta, because when I think about what Meta's trying to do, it sounds like it's literally just a landscape where people are kind of allowed to like create a digital version of what we have in the real world. So like I think like, you know, you're going to be able to create marketplaces. You're going to be able to have live concert experiences. So you're going to be able to go see a friend that lives far away. Shit like that is what I think about for the Facebook stuff, because I look at it like in a broad sense, and I could see Fortnite definitely integrating into whatever the hell they're doing, and you going into the metaverse and then going to wherever Fortnite is and playing that. But I don't know.
So I'll just say a part of the concept that you just mentioned, like the concert thing, that already exists in Fortnite, right? Like on a high level, right? What? Man, you can help me out with this. What? Kid Laroi, Lady Gaga, Travis Scott, like all these dudes. Have
Ariana Grande, not Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Sorry,
Come on,
you're right. No, that's actually what I meant to say, and because you were talking about Lady Gaga before, Ariana Grande, like those people all already had full on concerts in the game. You know, like
They did, but not like how the metaverse stuff would promise it to be. You know what I'm saying? Where honestly, like you actually feel like you're there.
Honestly, it seems like it's exactly how how they promised it, because it's like it's not like. So the initial idea, when I remember like people kind of gestating the idea, was like, okay, we're all going to be sitting in these virtual seats watching the artist perform, like almost like we're there, but it's still on a screen. And then it evolved into like these experiences that the artist curates. And that's exactly what Fortnite is.
See, I'm kind of looking at it from like, I don't know, maybe I watch too many movies, but like you put the headset on and you're physically feeling like you're at a concert rather than sitting at home on your console. Like, I get what you're saying, but there's still an element of this is still me playing a video game rather than the shit I'm talking about. If it is that, would be you feeling like you're immersing yourself in that environment, like for real. Like you put the helmet on and then you could look around and there's other NPCs and shit around you that did the same thing. And like you're there type of thing. That's the thing I think Fortnite doesn't have yet. You know what I mean? Everything else you're saying for sure. So like it makes me wonder who's gonna get to that version of immersion.
I mean, I guess based off of what you're saying, all Fortnite is missing is the ability to put on a headset,
or just buy the eye thing, whatever you want to put on, but something that makes you feel like you're actually there.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I guess I'm like, in my mind, all I'm thinking about is like, all they got to do is throw out a patch and say like, okay, if you have a headset and you're playing on PC, you just, I mean, obviously PC is a very specific market, but like that's really all it sounds like they're missing. Oh, you play on PC, you throw your headset on, and boom, that's exactly what's happening. Because you're looking around, you're seeing your other like Fortnite friends. I get what like experience you're talking about, but it just seems like the way they're describing it versus what's already here with Fortnite, the only difference is like the VR aspect. And like that's
pretty much.
But that's like for a company like Epic, that's a code write, you know? Like it's just like, all right, let's just add VR support. Like it's almost like a checkbox and then we're there, you know? So it's just interesting to me that all these things that other companies are talking about, Epic's already here. They're already done it or have it available for people to go do. You know, like when you think about a metaverse and you take the VR aspect out of it, right? The idea that there are all these experiences, shared experiences that people are coming online and doing. Like I'll never forget. This was like a bit of a different a pivot, right? But what was the name of the movie? Tenet. When Tenet was coming out, like they held a screening in Fortnite. Like it was the only screening that ended up happening was like you got this like long extended look at the movie if you went to Risky Reels back in the day, and everybody just sat there, didn't shoot each other, and just fucking watched a clip from Tenet. Like that was what when did Tenet come out? Like 2-3 years ago. Nobody has done that since. It's just like, what do you do? Like, I don't know. That's what I say. Like, everybody's talking about all this stuff, but they're there. They've done it already. They've done it. They've been doing it for years. It's just, it's different to me. That's why I say they feel more genuine and they're more likely to be successful than the others.
Yeah, it's tough for me to say who I think is going to be more successful, but yeah, it is wild. Super, super wild at what they're doing in gaming. They are trailblazers. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, their whole run is going to be nothing less than legendary. Like, you kind of have to give it to them. No matter if you like the game, no matter how you feel about anything. This shit, it's impressive, man. You can't say anything about this, man. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the equivalent of, like, your team winning the championship every year. Some people are going to get tired of it, sure. But is it a legendary run? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You know, there's the like multi-level angle of it, right? Where, and I think it's why they're so uniquely positioned to be having the success that they're having. Like you're literally making this engine in-house, but also making it for other games, for other people, and you have to partner with like damn near half the industry, and half of the industry is feeding into making your engine better. So then that also it feels like one of the biggest collaborative efforts in gaming, right? Like, yes, Epic is responsible for Unreal Engine as it is, but almost every time you see them working with something like the Matrix demo, right? How many people did they say ended up collaborating with that Matrix demo? The Coalition was one of the teams that was in there collaborating with the Matrix demo, and like that, by virtue made the engine better. So like all these other studios are piling in ideas, and then you still have all of those ideas feeding into Fortnite, and then who the people who are still building Fortnite then feeding into the I don't know. It's just I'm probably making it sound more complicated than it actually is at the end of the day, but it's just like this big collaborative effort to make Unreal Engine better, which then by virtue makes Fortnite better, which Fortnite is already this like catalyst to do all of these other crazy things. It's just it's head spinning in a way. It's unprecedented. There really isn't anything else happening like that in the industry, and a lot of people are trying to make it happen, but it's just, I don't know, they're just not in the position. Not even talking like not in the same realm as what Meta and all those other people doing, but just from a gaming standpoint alone, like it's tough. It's tough to do, and I don't know who else would be able to crack that code.
The only other thing I could see maybe even getting close to something like this is possibly GTA if they put a lot more resources into their shit. But even them, it's not close right now. It's just because I could see Fortnite truly evolving into something where like you don't have to like be playing a game to be in the Fortnite world. I could see it being that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to go chill. We're not doing the battle royale right now. We're just hanging out in Fortnite world or whatever. Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah. I know I get like you have your reservations because of the art style or whatever, but you should really fuck around with the creative mode, bro. Like Creative 2.0 is either just dropped or is going to drop. Like the amount of things that people can do in there, like people are making, movies and in that creative mode, like very similar to what
that's a Fortnite feature.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You should look into it, man.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I gotta re-download it. I just need to get that damn memory card, and that shit always costs a lot.
It's always. Well, I feel like as lately it's been saved more on sale. So
what? Where?
Well, not like crazy, I don't think, but
yeah, they've been some sales. It's not deep.
Every time I check, I don't be seeing nothing. That's tough.
It's like $20 off. It's nothing like crazy. It's just a little bit here and there. What you need to do is need to delete that Destiny.
R.I.P. man.
We both know that's not happening. We both know. God.
Oh man.
God.
Just,
I'll get the memory card in a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, do that up for sure.
What did you delete for Fortnite? I remember you had it installed before.
I know I installed High on Life, and I installed
Hogwarts probably.
Riders Republic, Hogwarts, Riders Republic. There's one more. Shit. Oh, I had that Dusk Till Dawn or whatever the hell that game was from Game Pass. Mm-hmm. I had that for a while. As Dusk Falls. There you go. And that shit was a solid 50 to 60 gigs itself.
Yo, games like that, I'm streaming because I don't need the like.
I always forget I can do that.
The instant, like there's specific games that I need that instant reaction to, like a COD, like a Destiny, 2K, like those types of games. You need to like have that processing power on your Xbox so that you could do all the shit you need to do. But games like that, As Does Falls, Life is Strange, all that shit, we streaming that.
Hold up. I know we getting close to wrapping up, but you just made me come up with a whole nother question. We can keep this one short, but I think it's a good question. Mm-hmm. I really do. Do y'all think that shit like Unreal Engine 5 is it might be a different answer for y'all because y'all feel different than me, I think, by default. But do you think that this shit could be the answer to fixing some of these sports games and the bullshit that we see in some of them, like some of the mechanic stuff and all that bullshit?
1,000%.
Because we didn't even talk about that kind of potential. We've talked about horror and shooters and all that kind of stuff, but
I think it should be.
Oh my god!
I'm assuming there's a reason that it's not being utilized, but then again, you think about the major players in the game, like. They are all interested in using their own engines, right? So they all have their established stuff. I think once you're able to, or if it ever gets to the point where the NBA, the NFL, they just say, we're not doing these exclusive deals anymore. Anybody could come pay us to get licensing and you could have access to all our players and this, that, and the other. Like, whenever it gets to that point, then it's a different story. Then we might be seeing way more Unreal Engine based like games and like, because the thing with Unreal Engine is that the physics systems are good. It's not just a graphical fidelity thing too.
Yeah.
It's like the physics systems are good and they could probably handle like, you know, the physics of a ball like, you know, moving through space and like, you know, bodies crashing, you know, into each other in the sense of football or basketball or soccer. It should be a solution, but I don't know.
Man. You know it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly, man.
That's the one situation that I don't understand it. I don't understand the sports game angle of like, why not just use Unreal? It's just so much. In theory, it's so much.
And
easier.
like, the thing about this even wilder is that I remember when we had this discussion a while back about why the game hasn't evolved more to certain people's likings, like because that's what my complaint was.
Yeah.
And a lot of it had to do with the idea that, you know, they only have so much time to develop resources for a game that has to come out every year. And if you moved over to Unreal Engine 5, you can crank these games out a lot easier and faster.
100%.
Am I tripping?
That's what I think too. I would imagine that it would have to cut down on, you know, cut down on costs of having to deal with your own engine, you know, having things break, whatever. You have, you know, a complete engine already built for you to do the things that you want to do. If you run into issues, you can just reach out to Epic because they, you know, they're pretty good about, from what I understand, working with the developers who have issues to get certain things right. And you'd have to imagine that would be such a huge coup for Epic. Like, I would have to imagine they're courting these game developers who are making sports games. It's a no-brainer to me. Like, why aren't you on the phone with EA or on the phone with does it take two? Like, who's the actual developer making 2K? Is it Visual Concepts? I think is the name of the VC, Visual Concepts. Do they go by that anymore? I don't know. Either way.
I thought the mother company or the father company was Take-Two, but
yeah, but I'm talking about the actual devs who make 2K. They used to be called Visual Concepts, VC, which is why it led into them using VC for the currency. But I don't know if they're still called Visual Concepts or not. Either way, unimportant. I would have to imagine that if I'm Epic and I'm trying to like, you know, get this shit popping, I'm gonna be knocking on the door like, hey guys, y'all want to work with us? We want to work with y'all. Because imagine if they could get a sports game developer trot it out on stage like that and be like, hey guys, this is a fully functioning physics engine, collision engine, this, that, blah, like bodies.
I say you try it out with NBA Live. You know,
I was just gonna say that, dude.
You know, you got nothing to lose. Just try something new, and if it works, you know it works.
It's EA. It's on EA.
I tell you what, boy.
We're never gonna see NBA Live do that.
If they come out with a trailer made on that engine for a basketball game, even if the game bombs, people will check it out at the very least and at least buy it to see if it's good, because that shit's gonna look so stunning that you're gonna be like. Because everything that they've shown on Unreal Engine 5 so far looks hella realistic. Hella realistic. So, like, man, I think they could solve the issue with the crowd always looking static. They could solve all these issues with Unreal Engine 5 easy, I think, man. Wow.
I'm looking it up real quick just to see if there's been any in the past, and I don't see anything.
Manny, imagine a wrestling game made on this shit.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, WWE 2K23 is pretty fun.
I have heard that from a couple people.
I've been seeing you play it.
It's like You know, the career mode is still like kind of cheesy, but it's like it's not as cheesy as last year, but it's still cheesy. So like it's nothing like crazy. One thing I am disappointed though is the showcase mode because I be playing those, and then this year's showcase mode is high garbage.
Sea of Thieves made it Unreal. That's cool.
I can see that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Even that, imagine that upgraded. It's gonna look gorgeous. It's going because it has a little bit of that vibe too, with the Fortnite vibe. You know what I mean? Like the way how the graphics are. Oh man, man. Yeah, that's wild. That sports game shit got me tripping out though, man. Because I can only imagine, dog. That'd be such a hot presentation. Like you just bring out like I don't know. Well, I would have said John Moran before his bullshit, but bring out one of these stars. You know what I'm saying? One of these new stars. Bullshit, walk his ass out on the stage and then show off the whole Unreal demo, just like how you did with like the Matrix, but with a basketball player. And, dog, what? Man,
I'm gonna look into this. There's gotta be a reason. There's gotta be a reason. Because literally they make every other type of game that you could think of with Unreal Engine. Why has there never been a sports game that I can find? There's gotta be a reason. That shit's weird.
It is a very good question. Very good question. Because they've even made racing games, right?
Yeah, they definitely made some racing games. So, all right, that'll be my homework for tonight. I'm gonna look into that. Report back next episode, guys.
Word up.
Oh man, no, but yeah, I'm really curious about that now. I'm like looking through some of this stuff. There's no sports games to be found. Super weird.
Yeah, it's random.
All right. Well, for those of you who are watching or listening, if you guys know of a sports game that was made on Unreal, shoot us a comment down below. I'm very confused as to why this is not already a thing. So we are going to find out. We're going to have an answer for you next episode, guys. Well, hopefully next episode, guys. But anyways, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching and listening. If you guys are listening to us on any of the podcast services, make sure to check us out on YouTube. You can do youtube.com @XPackPod. So we actually have like a URL now, guys. Super exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, make sure to check us out on all our other social media platforms. On Twitter @XPackPod, Instagram @XPackPod, and then of course on TikTok, and just search up Xpansion Pack Podcast with the X. And yeah, we'll check you guys out next time. Thank you for watching and listening. Peace.
Hiya.